Okay, I do believe I'm recording a video, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to school lunch sources. So here you have an outline for school lunch. This is very much a plug and play. You can copy and paste this thesis statement onto a blank document, as I have done here. We'll let that sit. School lunches have a long history, but today they face big problems with nutrition and fairness, which is why advocates are pushing for major changes to make sure all students get healthy food. All right? Then go back to the outline. Copy and paste. We're going to use the 100 Years of School Lunches article for this one. You're going to copy and paste the topic sentence. You're being given key points to think about including, like early volunteer efforts, National School Lunch Act, how budget cuts led to cheaper and healthier, less healthy options. You're going to copy and paste that topic sentence. You're going to move it over here. You're going to paste it here. So now this is going to be the beginning of your first body paragraph. The school lunch program we know today didn't just appear. It was built over 100 years, starting as a local charity before becoming a huge government program because of important laws. Okay, now what do? You go back to the drive with the articles. You pick the 100 Years of School Lunch article because the outline tells you to use that one. You click on that, and you know that I have highlighted the important parts of that article. So you go to the first highlight, you read it. School lunch in 1910 was a far cry from what it is today. Volunteer programs were a predominant source of school lunch, subsidized school lunches. Okay? You come back here to your new document, and right after the topic sentence, same paragraph, you say those things in your own words. Don't try to copy what it says. Try to say it in your own words. So you go back again. Look, school lunch in 1910 was a far cry from what it is today. Volunteer programs are the predominant source of school lunch, subsidized school lunches. Okay? So we can say school lunch was way different in the beginning. In 1910, it was mostly provided by volunteers. Okay? Then you go back and you look at whatever comes next. However, cities were starting to develop programs that offer 3-cent meals. These meals were typically simple fare such as soup, bread, and milk. Okay? So, during that time, schools were just beginning to offer school lunches for 3 cents. These were very simple meals like soup. Okay, so I'm just saying in my own words what it says, and then I go on to the next thing throughout the 20s. And so you just kind of go through, and you don't have to hit every single highlight, and you don't have to like for this one with all the stuff, you don't have to say all that stuff. You can get the basic ideas. But once you get that done, you're going to have a pretty long paragraph. So you finish that paragraph, then you go back to the outline. Now we're going to work with the 30 million kids in American schools deserve better nutrition article. We're going to take this topic sentence, we're going to copy and paste it, we're going to put it here. We're going to start a new body paragraph. And then we're going to go to the school lunch sources, we're going to go to the 30 million schools article, and we're going to do the same thing that we were doing before, which is find the first highlight, read through what it says, and then, to the best of your ability, paraphrase it. That is, write it in your own words here. When you've got all this done, you're going to have a pretty substantial essay because you've got another topic sentence in the outline for paragraph 3 using a different source. Then you've got a conclusion. Okay? The conclusion is write 3 to 4 sentences about what you learned over the course of, what are the big, what are the big ideas from the articles. Okay? And then you've got your first draft done, and there's just a few things you need to do to be done and to have a full draft.